After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
Jack, I've got...
That's such a cool camo. Nice. Hey, buddy. What's going on, my dude?
He's a member of the army.
I was originally going to do this yesterday, and my son came over and I let him play the game, get his take on what he thought of it. So he seemed to like it. He thought it was pretty cool for the upgrade. That AT camo is cool as shit. At least you actually have like the item that's going to be in the online. So the way the Doberman rank works, it's basically the Foxhound rank for normal. I always like doing all those ranks on each difficulty. The criteria is to basically beat the game in less than 5.5 hours, which is very easy to do. Pretty much the same criteria as Foxhound rank, just you're on normal in 5.5 hours. So we gotta skip everything. It's a fun rank, especially for MGS1. I always like getting Doberman in MGS1. We'll keep the stuns. Actually, let's get the stuns ready. I do like this compass too. That is kind of a cool thing to add into this, is that compass. So for this, oh yeah, let's change our, I want to wear Flectarn and Woodland. Get them right in here. I'll tell you what, the stun, doing that is more consistent in this than it was in the original, which I always like that strat, to just throw a stun between the trees. So I'm glad it actually works a lot better in this. That camo's so cool. I mean, it's basically allowing you to use somewhat of a stealth camo without it being a special. I'm surprised it's not a special item. I shouldn't really need a lethal rifle, but on the off chance, better to have one than to not have one. You don't need the mine detector. Grab our thermals. Oh, I love it, man. That's such a badass thing to add to this game. That AT camo, that shit's so awesome. We're definitely gonna need those. And I won't do the box just yet. Yeah, that should be it. I think it's cool as shit. It's also cool because that's what they put on that fox hunt. So it's cool that it's going to be in that fox hunt, so it's like an online item you can actually use in the game because they're usually kind of like exclusive in a way. Like in the original MGO, you could use the flamethrower online, but oh damn, I forgot to break the window. It doesn't it's not like per uniform, so the way it works is like if you're a woodland uniform, it's going to be a leafy suit. If you're like desert, you're going to be a it kind of looks like tree bark, to be honest with you. Like desert actually looks like a desert tree bark looking color. It's kind of cool. And then if you're wearing an urban camo, you'll be like a big pile of rocks. Yeah, too late. Nice. It's just a figment of your imagination. There we go. Now we gotta switch it up. Cool. Oh yeah, let's. Oh man, that was close. That was real close. That's a good one to use. Don't want to use Desert Tiger. I feel like I should use Desert Tiger. Ooh. something else I noticed is that normally when you take down the dogs, it alerts this guy patrolling over here, but it doesn't do that anymore. It's weird. I'm surprised. We're just moseying right along. I shouldn't even have to shoot him.
What the?
Jesus. Yeah, this, holy hell. Alright, so let's get rid of that. And then I'm going to do what I always like to do to Ocelot, which is trap him with the stuns. Damn, I don't think I can hit him from here. There we go. He does start out pretty fast with the way he, Yeah. Damn. Didn't give us this much trouble yesterday. Oh. There we go. It's about to be real dark in here, but I can get us out of here pretty quickly. Sucks because I have a window on the back wall. Even though I have it covered, I still have, like, the glare of its frame. But it's alright. We'll be in a lighter area here in a minute. And we just stocked up on ammo. I'm going to keep the grenade uniform on because I use the smokes against pain. The pain, they kind of did keep him with that, the random, somewhat random RNG with this, which is fine. It gives him like his own unique difficulty. But, on the off chance I keep messing it up with the grenades, I'll just use the M37 to blast the hornets off. Oh shit. There we go. But for the most part you can pretty much just do this to them. Get these. Just to have a couple things to eat. Alright, so pop smoke. Damn. Not too bad, but I did mess it up a bit. So get into the water. And then get out of the water. Yeah, I didn't get to do it as fast as I wanted to do it. Not with that happening. Oh man, got him before I got covered in bees. That's pretty good. Okay, so now, well, I'll wait. I'll just wait till I get there. I'll use the croc suit to get through the swamp, or the little river, but before I do that, I'll just get there first. That way I don't waste the stamina. It's weird how it looks like he runs a lot faster with this, but they move at the same speed. It's weird how it looks like he runs a lot faster with this. Okay, so let's do this.
Pretty tasty.
We will need our croc cap and this. Oh, whoops. And the brown face paint. We just get on out of here. Oh yeah, and then we'll take these out. I'm not gonna need smokes again. Don't think I'll need stuns again. That should be it. Yep. Okay. So now oh no, I hit circle. Actually, let's do this. Let me just do that again. Which is fine. It doesn't mess up our... Oh man, it's not high enough. There we go. Now we can get to him. I don't want anybody to come out there. And I'm not worried about the end. Moseying right along. In fact, let's get rid of the croc cap. should be fine. Yep, we're good. So now we're going to swap that out. Hey! Little stinky weasel hearts. Let's get our thermals out. Go this way. And I'm going to do something pretty cool when I get inside these walls. As long as everything still works out just fine right here. Nice. So, let's go on ahead and switch. So we're going to go Peace Walker. And then I'm also going to equip the box, get rid of the compass, and get rid of the fake death. Nice. I had to make sure I got that Mark 22 ammo. I could have just done it underneath that truck right there, because there's 1911 and Mark 22, but might as well just go in there. Alright, we're going to do this like Peace Walker. Oh, man. It can be done. I just got to stand up. There we go. Nice. And then he should be up there, so we're fine. Like, way down that hallway upstairs, so you're pretty much fine to go through here. This guy's going to go inside. I am going to get the gas spray. Oh, wow. Never had that happen. Just bumps right into him. Huh. That's weird. No, that didn't happen. Didn't happen yesterday. There we go. Just mosey on along. Huh, that's interesting. Messed up quite a bit there. Okay. So for this, give myself a little 2-second buffer. Come out. 1, 2. Throw that box back on and get out of here. Timed it just right. Another time I did it, he tried to open the door and he couldn't because I was right in front of it. Okay, this guy is right here. Nice. And then I stay under here just to be safe. And then we'll put a dart in this guy. Wait for him to turn, and then we're out of here. We are out of here. Now, swap back to this. And we're gonna get out of here. Kind of only have... It's better to just take that. I know it's only like, what, 3 shots, but it, after the fear, I don't think there's another box of marked... Yep, there is another. There is more Mark 22 ammo. It's in the jungle on your way to the fear. Or, the end, I mean. But we're kind of trying to avoid as much as we can. Okay, so for this, let's eat ourselves a cobra.
Hey, this works.
And let's get in here. Okay, so we need to cure ourselves, and it's what? Venomous poison there. Get these thermals out. Oh. Yeah, they really dumbed down that fight. I mean, they made him very, very easy. Which is okay. I mean, it's the fear. I feel like they made everybody like a pretty decent, easy difficulty to them, and then gave them their true difficulty when you hit extreme. But the only one that pretty much remains consistently just insane is the pain. His man, his fight is something else. His fight is something else. And he should notice his buddy. Yep, there it is. So he's noticed his buddy's laid out. So, let's go on ahead and do this. Equip the moss. Because now we're on to the end. So for the end, we're going to use this. And possibly that. Let's see. Oh shit, whoops. Accidentally paused it. That's such a badass thing. That AT-Camo is just so badass. What a hell of a thing to feature. It's awesome. Yeah, that's the only thing that drives me crazy with the way this, how, like, all up on your body, the, the camera is. It just makes it harder to see over you, so running into those traps is like no problem now, because you can barely see. You can barely see around your own camera. So we're going to go this way. And that was that trap. Okay. Now we should be fine. Ooh. It's pushing it, but it works. Pushing it, but it works. Okay. So this one is a little interesting. Oh, whoops. Did I put the wrong ones? Yeah, I put the wrong ones. We need to get rid of the stun and grab the smoke. So for this, I want to throw that there. Get my Mark 22. He didn't move, did he? Ooh, he might have moved. Yeah, he might have moved. I didn't notice him in his spot, so he might not even be there now. Which means we gotta be on alert here. I don't see his scope there. And I don't see his scope there. Okay. Yeah, yesterday he did some insane Houdini work on me. It was where he usually goes, he didn't. Yeah, just like this. So now he's not even here. He might actually be back over there. Oh my. Yep, he did. He's right there. That's the same exact thing he did to me yesterday. That's crazy. Yeah, he went from one spot to the other. Hey, Stone, how's it going? Oh, we're just gonna go for the Doberman rank, because it's something I always did for the Metal Gear games. I figured I'd just stream it this time. And enjoying the AT-Camo. Other than that, yeah, everything's good. Yeah, my son was playing it yesterday. I was going to do the Doberman yesterday, but I was like, yeah, he's here. Let him try it out. He thought it was a pretty cool upgrade with the graphics and whatnot, but he's kind of torn between, is the gameplay supposed to be like Phantom Pain, or is it supposed to be like Peace Walker? And I was like, that is a very interesting point. Yeah, he's right there. Doberman rank, that's new. What is it? Basically, it's the Foxhound rank for the normal difficulty. But it's just, once I try to get like everything down packed with the controls and everything like that, I always try to do essentially the Foxhound rank for each difficulty. We got him stuck. Oh shit, a stun. A stun, son. Nano machine, son. Yeah, as you can see with the thumbnail, that's my Doberman that I used. I'm curious. Did he go that way? Or did he go this way? He might have went down that way. We'll see. Yeah, he might have went back up on that cliff. Yeah. Let's go take a look. I don't think his tracks last that long in this, because they seem to disappear pretty quick. And the end can pretty much hear any damn thing, so it's kind of like once you come around these corners, yep, there he is. Once you come around these corners, you gotta you gotta watch out for him. Uh-oh. Get on up there. Where the hell are you going? Man, he can haul ass. Oh yeah, look at that. He's just... Yeah, he knew I was behind him. Now I can see the end is like in his 60s. Oh no. Man, that dude, he probably broke like the sound barrier. Like he was faster than the speed of light in his day. And his day was in like the 80s or... Ooh, not good. Now we're out of ammo. Nice. Well, there's plenty of ammo up on top of the mountain, so we're going to be good with that. I'm not worried about the ammo for the Mark 22. There's so much ammo on that mountain. We really don't need it at all. But yeah, I love this AT camo. This thing is so cool. Now that I've had it for... I would say it's a better experience, definitely. Like 100%. It's still just some wacky controls. I still have it as like a 7 out of 10 because there's just certain things in it that's like it's just a little too different for the controls. But other than that, I mean, it's a great... It's so hard to like try and like give it a good rating because you don't want to take away from the graphics. I mean, I absolutely love the look of it, but I just don't care for the gameplay, like the actual controller mapping. I try to customize it the best I could, and it's just a little... It's still kind of off, and there's certain movement mechanics that I don't like how slow he is, like how it mimics ground zeros, you know. And I'm kind of, you know, me and a couple others have talked about it, and even after my son played it yesterday, he's just torn as far as like, you know, watching the game as a movie, you're watching a wonderful upgrade of Snake Eater, but as far as the gameplay, he's kind of like, Am I playing something that's supposed to mimic Peace Walker or Phantom Pain? Because it's a little weird. But yeah. Now, from what I'm to understand, the fox hunt is the only thing we're getting. Is that what's going on? Worried about the usual methods. Oh yeah. Cheesing the fear with the whole, stun thing is no longer. But he's so easy now. Like you could just stay in the same spot where the fight starts, and I mean that's what I did to him earlier. Just stand in the same spot. He doesn't go anywhere farther away from you. You'll hit him every time. He's so easy to beat now. The pain is still ridiculous. He has his moments, and then here's the next one, the Fury. The Fury is, I don't know what his problem is, but that is wild the way they made him. So I want to have Desert Tiger because I want to keep that suppressor. But yeah, is Fox Hunt the only online that we're actually getting? Because I can't tell what's going on. Because I know they said something about how they didn't want to, the way MGO was so popular or whatnot, they're trying to give it its own unique online mode for this, I guess. I can't believe that was 95 to whip his ass in front of his buddy. 95% camo. It's cool that this doesn't even count as a special item. It's pretty insane. And there we go. We got some ammo there. Go over here and get this. Shit, hang on a second. Get over there. There should be another box of Mark 22 up here. 5 remake. Wait, a 5 remake? Yeah. If they remade, let's just say that actually happened. If they remade 5 and they didn't put all the stuff that was supposed to be in it, then it would just be a total waste. Because at least with this, this is, to me, this is not really a Snake Eater remake. This is more of a Subsistence remake. To have the online mode, Snake versus Monkey's back. The Secret Theater, which that's another one that surprised me. I'm really shocked that they didn't actually remake the Secret Theater cutscenes. They kept it at the same PS2 resolution. That's another one that's kind of like, why'd you do that? Do I have any Metal Gear? Oh yeah, I have way too much. Way too much. I have like a whole wall just for Metal Gear. Well, actually, it's more like, yeah, it's definitely an entire wall. Like, there's the games, then there's like... I have the games, I have signs, I got posters. Not the Funkos, those ducks, all the little Metal Gear Solid ducks. I have an actual Metal Gear Rex, a model that I put together. There's a lot. So I have 20. Is there Mark 22 rounds in here? I feel like there is. Stay faithful to the story. Look at it. Yeah, it is definitely faithful to the story. They didn't take anything out of the cutscenes. They didn't add anything. It
Do you
is
know what?
definitely like if you take the PS2, PS3 HD, the Master Collection version, and just side by side with it, everything matches spot on. It just has the most insane upgraded graphics. I love that. Yeah. I don't recall Cobalt Blue Tarantulas being in oh, here we go. Nice. So now we're full on ammo. Man, I'll tell you what, the Fury, what the hell? He is something else. For non-lethal? Oh my god. Nope, don't you spot me. There we go. So like in the original, that never even happened. Nobody would notice anything. But the AI in this is very uh it definitely notices things now. So there's almost honestly there's kind of a bit of a balance to the way they have this. It's like you can have all the uniforms you want, but you better be on point with where you're hiding. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, we don't need that. We don't need that. Whoops. Yeah, here we go. Whoa. Got all stuck up against the wall there. Save our suppressor. Now, I didn't grab the night vision, but that's fine. We don't need it. So with this, I was kind of experimenting yesterday with this battle. I kind of think I have an idea of what's going on with him. You can't shoot him from the front anymore. You can't shoot him from the sides either. His helmet's bulletproof. You have to attack him from behind. There he is. He's going that way. You got to hit him from behind. However, this Mosin Nagant actually hits him from the front. So when you're using the SVD, it's like he's just completely bulletproof. But when you use the Mosin, it's like he's not. See that? Like you can unload on him with the Mosin Nagant. It's really weird. Kind of messed up and swapped my cameras around. I think what the Fury is supposed to be. Yeah, they did. He definitely has some kind of like. There's something about him that seems more realistic. You know what I mean? Like, I would expect that armor to be that tough. There we go. I would expect that to be like some type of bulletproof suit or something. So it's kind of. It makes sense for him to be that hard. It really does. Oh, hell, we did grab the night vision. Well, we didn't need it anyway. The box we don't need. Mark 22, what do I need? So far, honestly, I just don't need anything. Okay, good. Oh, yeah. We gotta change the outfit. Like, I love that. That is just the coolest thing ever. Wearing an urban camo, so I turn into a pile of rubble. That's cool as shit. Yeah, it is annoying. But like, he was so random in the original that it's like, I still think he's balanced here. He's just balanced in a way that also benefits the Fury. Like, the Fury should be a really hard boss fight, you know? He's the damn Fury. But so if you're going to go lethal, then yeah, you have to shoot him from behind. It can be really tank only. But the Mosin Nagant breaks through the suit, so it's like really weird. And the same thing with the end. If you're using the Mark 22 and he's in the grass, you're going to shoot the grass instead of the end. It's like, well, shit. Now you got to be on it when it comes to your aiming, and really you have to sneak up on the end. That's been the best strategy I've had for this so far, is to sneak up on him when he's running around and just try to like keep him trapped in one little spot. Okay. No, I needed you to look at me. There we go. Okay, so we have to take down everybody here. We gotta take them all down. The boss is a good fight too. I really like that boss. Especially the CQC options. That is badass. The way they just added all that. It is really badass. Well-designed CQC battle with that one. But again, it's also like, it's just so easy. Like, it is really easy to beat her ass. Oh, he might not see him. He's definitely not going to see him. The remake of her expressions? Yeah, exactly. They all look incredible. They really do. I think the saddest thing to see is, like, Snake's, you know, just how brokenhearted he was at the end, the way he's saluting her grave, and to actually see that expression on his face. Like, they destroyed the shit out of that man, so it's kind of, it makes it easier to sympathize for him. You know what I mean? Like, it adds to that sympathy you have for him when he went on that path of saying the hell with it. She's Scal, but in the remake, yeah, exactly. You know, she's calm, she's level-headed, and you can just see it on her face because she's still loyal to the end and still to her purpose, and it's just, that's how strong her will is. You know what I mean? And they definitely show it on her face. Even at the end, she knew she was dead, and it just, she still didn't give a shit. Like, that's just, it's crazy, and you can see it on her face, and it's really cool. God, we got a lot to skip here. Moving on pretty damn good here.
All I wanted to do.
All you wanted to do was build space rockets, and look at what you've done. All right, I'm going to take this opportunity to use the bathroom real quick.
Who have you been talking to?
He doesn't know what you're talking about.
You'd better start talking.
Please, stop this!
Who is Khrushchev's lapdog?
How can you do this to him?
I know you gave the data to someone.
I'd never do it
You!
like that. You monster.
I guess he's dead. Now then, I hope you'll prove more entertaining than he was. But first, let's take a look at your body, shall we? What a beautiful body you have. Like a newborn baby.
And we're back.
But
You don't think
not
the big
for
boss
long.
for not fun? Yeah, because
Let's get started.
I completely agree with that too, because at
What is your
least
target?
he stayed loyal to his purpose.
Is it
He
the
stayed
Shadow
loyal to
Hunt
his,
or
to his
Sokolo?
meaning of it. Yeah,
Or
she might
maybe
not
it's
have
the
agreed with it.
Legacy?
She might be disappointed he went down that path.
Answer me.
But I think she would
Who
respect
is
the
helping?
fact that he stayed true to that
Who
purpose at
let
least.
you
He
in
found
here?
something to believe in, and he didn't, question himself. He
Rectamo.
didn't second guess it.
Even
He
you
went with
must
it.
have your limits. And I am a
The
patient
Volgan's a
man.
weirdo. Yeah, Volgan is, no, not my disinfectant. Yeah, man. Buddy Venn said it the best. The sinister look on Volgan's face in this game, because of that expression, is like they did that man such an incredible, like, they made him look so badass. They really did. Let's do this. Whoops. I still keep pressing like select on the touchpad to go to the codec, and it's like I just cannot get used to holding down. All right, so we're going to take the bat, and we're going to take these smoke grenades in case we need it. And then we're going to get the hell out of here. We're going to do what one shepherd said to the other and get the flock out of here. Whoa. I always love doing that. That's like my favorite thing to do. It is kind of shitty on extreme because there's 3 guys there. So you have to wait for the one that's closest to you to go away, and then throw that and hope that it would be the guy walking furthest away from you, so he'd be on the left side if we were facing it, hoping that he hears it, because the both of them will look towards that, and it gives you a chance to actually run right through, and they'll never notice. It is kind of a pain in the ass to do, so I'm kind of curious on how they're going to do that in this. I didn't make it this far on Extreme yet. I'm kind of doing like my own little, just trying to get used to the Extreme and the way it is. And I still keep making minor little mistakes with the controls, but I mean, I'm doing the best I can. At least I'm trying. But it's not bad. The pain is definitely a pain in the ass on Extreme. He really is. You know, I'm really surprised they didn't take advantage of is like MGS1 has VR missions, MGS2 has VR missions, MGS4 has a VR system in it, right? So it's not missions, it's just mainly a practice mode. I'm really surprised they never did an MGS3 VR, but instead of VR, it's just survival training. So like it would be a game mode where you basically learn the basics. So there'd be like CQC, survival tactics. There'd be like, a camo thing, just making it through, don't touch anybody. Um, there'd be like, surviving a combat scenario that takes place. You know what I mean? Just something cool like that. And they could have called it like survival training or survival missions, because there wasn't a such thing as VR obviously at this time. But that would have been something really cool to think about. I'm surprised. I'd really be surprised if nobody actually thought of that in Konami. All right, let's get ourselves out of here. Snake is dead. Snake, I'm back. Let's go. Should poison Eva with a spatza. And give her a fucked up mushroom to eat. Nope. We're not gonna save. You can't make me. Nice. Alright, now let's get out of here. That's good to have another suppressor for that. Okay. We'll save the rats. Especially for Eva. Nice. Come down here, grab all this. Turds. Take this and that. We'll get the AT out. We need box B. Anything else? Nope. Get rid of that. And yeah, that seems about right. Yeah. And we're gonna get out of here. Ouch. So you guys plan on getting Delta, or you gonna wait for the holidays and hope that it goes down? I know a lot of people are saying they don't like mainly the price. They don't think this is worth the $70. I mean, I spent $80 for the deluxe. I think it's worth it. Honestly, it's worth it if you never really experienced Snake Eater a whole lot, because this would be like a whole new game. You got nothing to compare it to. But I might have my issues with the controls, and then there's certain things about it, you know, as far as like the movement and whatnot. But other than that, I mean, I don't regret getting it. I'm not gonna go that far with it. It goes on, so yeah. I was trying to tell a couple people, like when I got Hitman World of Assassins or Assassination, it was still like $70 for that, but I got it on a sale, like a holiday sale. I mean, it only cost me, it was less than $30 when I bought it. It was on a wicked sale. It was like an end of the year sale, I think is what it was. I'm like, dude, I'm getting that shit. Now, because I really didn't play it a whole lot, it wouldn't have been worth it for me to buy a $70 Hitman game that I didn't put like a whole lot of time in. But, yeah, it was definitely... I don't regret the $20-some decision that I made. That, and before World of Assassination, I mean, the last Hitman game I played was Hitman 2, and that was on Xbox, like the original Xbox. So things have improved tremendously since I had last seen it. So yeah, I definitely told some people just wait it out a little bit, see if it goes on a crazy Christmas sale like Hitman did for me.
During the last great...
Shut up, Hogan. All right, let's get this going because we're gonna need the Cold War, and let's get rid of that C3 because it's ruining it. Mosin Nagant. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Select it there, buddy. And just like that. Why do you see smoke when you shoot a soldier? I don't know. That is the weirdest damn thing ever. It really is. I have no idea why it's like a cloud of just... Yeah, like it really doesn't make any sense to me. Got him. Nice. So now, we got the Mark 22 equipped. We got the Mosin Nagant. We got the stun grenades. We will need the RPG for a couple things, so might as well have it. That was a really good Volgan fight. American Soldier. How does it help? It doesn't help in this fight. It helps with the motorcycle chase scene. All the soldiers are Soviet soldiers, so when they see the flag on the front, they don't attack you. As you're going to see right here. So they won't actually shoot at us. Got them all. Wait, where are we? Come on, Eva. We gotta go. Go, go, go. Right.
Look up ahead.
You look up ahead. Uh-oh. Oh, nice. Capped his ass.
Snake, behind you.
Nice. We got him. Right? Is that all of them? Yeah, that's all of them. Now we basically just kick back and enjoy the show. Because we can't do nothing here. Everybody's trained. There we go. So yeah, I was just equipping it during the Volgan fight, so that way I didn't have to pause and equip it during all this. There we go, I no-scoped him from that distance. Come here.
Good one.
Got him. Just no scope. Oh, right in the face. First I didn't, because her mission was to kill Snake. Ah. It's funny that this doesn't count as a kill. You're actually, I mean, they're dying after this. First you didn't like what? Like you didn't like Eva? Is that what you're trying to say? At first you didn't like her? Damn, I actually shot his ass. That was good. Yeah, it makes a weird sound. Yeah, I didn't either. Like her character, I was like, you bitch. But, I mean, it was cool that there was that twist in there. That, you know, she was actually there to kill him the whole time. Got him. Got him. Yeah, it makes like this weird sound, so it's like, I try to, yeah, like that. It made that crazy sound right there. Alright, so now we get to actually shoot the Shagalot, but I gotta put them down first. Yeah, oh, okay, I already had him with that first shot. Nice. I gotta wait for him to kill them, because I don't want to mess up and kill him. There it is. I do like the mechanics of the Shagalot, like the way it actually has the breakdown mechanic, where when you shoot these treads like during the fight, it actually breaks the Shagalot down for a little bit. I thought that was something really cool. Oh, that's what I need an assault rifle for. Actually, I don't need one. I just use the shotgun. So, something I was doing yesterday, when he fires the missiles at me, because he's trying to like go through it really fast, you can use the shotgun to shoot him down. I don't need the assault rifle. But I thought that was so cool that just that spread. Oh. Yeah, like that right there. There's a reason why she doesn't kill him. She did make, yeah, it's because of that promise to the boss. That's the only reason why she didn't kill him. Because she even says it's not because she loved him. Which is crazy to think, you know what I mean? Like even Eva, she's loyal to her end, to her purpose, you know, to get the mission done. And she says it all right there, like it has nothing to do with, you know, love or anything. It's because I made a promise to the boss. What's crazy is that, like, when you think about it, a handful of people were keeping Snake alive. Like, even the Cobra unit themselves, they didn't... None of them died because... I mean, they all essentially made a promise to the boss not to kill him. So it's kind of... It's just weird because it almost makes him look like he's weak, but... It's not that he's weak, it's just that he has a mission, and unless he completes it, everybody's pretty much fucked. So they all really had no choice but to, like, give up their life for their country to make sure that his mission was a success. Pretty crazy. Ooh. I'm doing it too fast. I can't even hit R2 because I'm just trying to like hit it so fast. Oh hell. Come on Eva, get us around that other side. You feel something then? Damn. Come on, Eva.
Incoming
Get.
missile!
Okay. There we go. See that? That was cool as shit. To use the shotgun on those missiles. Nice, you did it. Damn. There we go.
There. Do that again.
Uh-oh. Come on, we need it. Come on, Eva. Nice. So the mission was... Yeah, it's like the Cobra unit was testing him the whole time. And when you really break it down... when you really break it down, if he was to die, they all failed. Everybody failed. So it's kind of like he had to live. They might not have agreed with it, but they all pretty much had to die just to make sure that the mission was a success. Oh, hell. Twice in a row like that? Let's go.
Here, use this.
It's so slow for him to, like... It's so slow for him to actually fire it.
Come and get me.
Ooh. Oh, nice. She also hit him. There we go. Nice. Yeah, essentially, the Cobra unit was just testing him. Test his loyalty, test his strength, his courage. And, okay, now we can get rid of the shotgun. But they all pretty much had to die. Otherwise, we'd be screwed. Oh, I got somebody. I mean, it was loyalty to the end that made them all die, really. Yeah, they could have, well, we don't know how easy they could have killed him. I mean, the end could have definitely taken him out without a problem. We know that. Because he just... The fear, he could have killed him if you think about it. The pain, I don't know about that one. Because he didn't really have like an upper hand on Snake the moment they first like met. The fear did, because he shot him with that dart, or the arrow. I mean, he could have just killed him. He didn't have to shoot him in the leg. The Sorrow could have chose to figure out a way to just keep him down there with him the whole time. He could have technically killed him. The boss definitely could have killed him. But... Too much of an ego. Yeah, the fear is just he's just a questionable guy. We really don't know. Whoa, I gotta fix that. There we go. I hate how it automatically makes your camera go into that, you know, the chase scene camera. Like it doesn't keep it in third person, so it messes me up. Above me. Okay. Ooh, nice. I think I hit him. It made that sound. Uh-oh. God, I hate when they do that. Come on. Yeah, I figured. See, it's a weird... It's almost like you're shooting metal. It's like a strange metal noise.
Snake, up ahead! Shoot the wall.
Damn it. And the sorrow, I don't know if he can cause death. Well, apparently he can't cause death, but it's like... I gotta think of where the hell... I think it's in the description. I'll look at the title menu again, like in the extras, it shows like the character description. And I want to say it says something in there, he was basically trying to keep Snake in that spot that he was at, in the river. If he chose to, Captain Snake would have just drowned and died, and that's where he would have basically ended up. His hell would have been essentially being, well, harassed by the sorrow for all the lives that he took. But the sorrow was trying to wake him up. Why was he trying to wake him up? Because he had to finish his mission. So it's like, if he wanted to, he didn't have to try and wake him up. It's something really interesting to like think about. Is that how, you know, the sorrow's powers are? Not only does he evoke the spirits of the dead, but is he able to actually, you know, essentially hypnotize you, or, you know, maybe even put you in a state where you can't tell the difference between reality and death or something? It's really weird with him. I never understood the sorrow completely, as far as what his powers are, and because all Zero ever tells you is that he was able to talk to spirits in the battlefield to see what was going on, and, you know, we kind of assumed that he would have, you know, had them cause some kind of scene, basically, to scare people or whatnot, so that way they could get the drop on them. Possibly could have been like that. It's just not really enough. Yeah, like a Grim Reaper. That's how I kind of always pictured him. But I always figured, like, does he also use the dead, you know, to like for scare tactics in the battle? You know what I mean? Like, if you're fighting them and then now you see all these spirits and shit coming at you, they might not be able to actually physically harm you, but, I mean, it's still got to be enough to scare the shit out of you. So we can keep the AT, get rid of the box. I'll keep the thermals just to have. Oh yeah, how much food do I got? Yeah, she can have all that. Come on, Eva. Let's get the hell out of here. So that whole dude, this ghillie suit is so badass. God, I love that. Now I feel like I can actually run around like the end does. Like, I've always wanted his camo. on, Eva. You gotta get the hell out of here. What if Big Boss had a daughter? I feel like I had that conversation with somebody. Oh yeah, no, it was a joke that I had. I said if he had a daughter, her name would be Milk Snake. But I don't know, it'd be interesting. You know, anything could have definitely been possible with that. I think it could have happened. You know, it could have very likely happened. As far as a possibility, I think it's definitely possible something like that could have happened. Oh yeah, we gotta redo that one. They saw Eva. That's why they kept running over there. Because even Liquid doesn't, you know, specify, is it like, you know, that it's just 8 boys were made, essentially. Oh, shit. Nice. Alright, Eva, we gotta get the hell out of here. Thought about one of my fan theories. I would gender swap Liquid, but would that work well? If Liquid was a woman? I mean, I don't really see why not. Like, if Liquid... I mean, if you think about it, I mean, it's not like it's, you know, unusual for, you know, twins to be a twin brother and a sister. Something like that can happen. That would definitely be interesting, because if you know Liquid's background, he followed more into Eva's footsteps, in a sense. Like, he was an actual sleeper agent, so was Eva. Now granted, he did have, you know, the same military career almost as Big Boss as well, and him and Solid Snake were both Gulf War vets at 19. But he was also in the SAS. But he does have a similar background to hers, as, you know, in the Gulf War he got captured as a, he was a sleeper agent when he got captured. So it's not really, it's not, what am I looking for here? It could work. Something like that could work if Solid Snake actually had a twin sister that was, you know, the main villain, I guess is the way to put it. I mean, I wouldn't have had an issue with it. Especially if there was one out there, you know what I mean? Like, there's gotta be... Come on, Eva. Thought Liquid followed. Yeah, he did, but like, he does have a... Like, there's certain things about him that's kind of similar to Eva. Like having the sleeper agent background. You know, Eva had that background.
It was
And of course the blonde
November
hair, blue
1st,
eyes,
then
but...
two-
So it's like
early
he
in the
does
20
share Eva's traits, especially like her, I don't want to say like wild side, but
Come.
He's he is kind of like just as rebellious as her.
Get ready. You're better than I remember. You've gotten stronger. Let's see what you're made of. Get ready.
Come and get me.
Your skills have improved.
And the rat has been eaten. Plus, you're concerned with the whole female liquid snake outfit, like it would still be brown. I guess she wears. I don't know. I mean, I could see like. See, that'd be a hard one. Let's say there was. Well, the problem is we wouldn't even know what a female snake would look like as far as who they're going to favor, because they manipulate them to look the way they do,
Take this.
to favor the like to favor specific genes. That's why it was so confused. They really messed it up. Like to make
It's her
Solid Snake, you know, with the whole blonde hair thing, it's like the previous two games, you know, his starting, he looked just like this. You know,
Why are you giving
he
me
had
this?
dark hair, dark eyes.
check.
Well, not dark eyes, but he did have blue eyes. He's had blue eyes since the MSX version, but he had dark hair and blue eyes.
Wonderful man.
So
Kill me.
to have him with blonde hair in the briefing files of MGS1, and then he cuts his hair and then dyes his hair so he doesn't look like Liquid. It's like you should have just left him the way he was instead of basically retconning his own physical description to then later retcon that again and then regret it. It was really stupid of them to do that. That's just, yeah, bad idea there. So I've shot the wall, I've shot him, and then I've also not pulled the trigger, so we're gonna go with this. So I have all the Ocelot scenes. I do have to do this again where I unlock the ending, not the ending, but like when you fight the boss and the 10 minutes is up, you have to, you get bombed by MiGs. I have to basically lose the battle all over again. Because I loaded an autosave. There we go. Got the Doberman. So I beat my record. Hour 55 was my record. Now it's an hour 37 minutes. Only one serious injury. I ate 4 things. Captured 8. Nice. We got the Dobie. But yeah, I didn't care for how they changed his hair up like that. Like, they really shouldn't have done that. They should have kept him his own unique appearance, because he would have resembled Big Boss more and Liquid would have actually resembled his mother more, and it would have made sense. But now it's like, okay, they're both blondes and Solid just dyes his hair all the time. Like, it doesn't make any sense with him. So we got Doberman and Hound. Cool. Let's go here so I can show The Sorrow. Fought along the boss. Okay. Died at the hands of the boss. Okay, when Snake is on the brink of death, the Sorrow appears and beckons Snake to join him in the afterlife, along with the many lives that Snake has taken, but Snake is fortunately revived just in time. As the Sorrow wistfully recalls his final encounter with the boss, he vanishes into the misty sky. So it's kind of like, in that Sorrow fight, if he wanted to, he could have kept Snake there and not allowed him to wake up. Like, the whole thing was supposed to be a flash, and he just wakes the hell up. But I imagine he didn't have to do that, because he also gave Snake that vision, of his encounter with the boss, to get him up. So that's why I was saying I'm curious, like, if he could basically scare somebody to death, or if, if a soldier is on the verge of dying, but they're still the enemy, can he do anything about that to make them die sooner, or to make it, to where they die before being treated? Like, he's still that much of a mystery where I can't really, and we don't have anything to go off of other than he just talks to soldiers, but there's got to be something he can do in the physical realm instead of just in the realm of the dead as well. He wanted him to go to the afterlife, but we know Snake was stubborn not to die, right? Well, see, that's a good question, but it's the way it says he beckoned Snake to join him in the afterlife, along with the many lives that he's taken, but Snake is fortunately revived just in time. As the Sorrow wistfully recalls his final encounter with the boss, he vanishes into the misty sky. So it kind of seems like, did the Sorrow allow Snake to revive? You know what I mean? Because Snake, like, that whole encounter in his head of him saying, boss, you have to shoot me. And then when he gets shot, that's when Snake just snaps into reality and realizes he's drowning. So was that the way the Sorrow prevented Snake from actually dying? Because even, like, the further you make it down the river, he's like, wake up. You need to wake up now. You need to leave this place. You don't belong here. You know what I mean? He keeps on saying, wake up. So really, the Sorrow is the reason why Snake wakes up. At least that's kind of what that implies. That's where I'm at with it. Can he just keep somebody if they're on the brink of death, or if they can still be healed or revived or whatnot? Is the Sorrow able to just meet them in that realm between realms, essentially, and make it to where they actually fail to revive? That's what I was kind of thinking. The Sorrow was killed by the boss. A small difference. The boss actually hesitates to pull the trigger. So what, in the Japanese version, she doesn't actually hesitate to pull the trigger, whereas in the American version, she does hesitate? Because I know she hesitates in the American version. Who else? There's got to be another one. This was something else that kind of messed me up. So, like, the way they have it down there, the very last sentence on this: after entrusting Snake with the task of destroying the Shagohod, he is killed by Vulcan. Now, I don't know if it's written like that in Snake Eater, like the originals, but if it's not, and they just put it in here that he's killed by Vulcan, then they are decanonizing Sokolov being alive in Portable Ops, which does kind of ruin it for Portable Ops. So that would be like them not even recognizing Portable Ops. Because if they did, then they would have said, he's put into a coma by Vulcan. Because that's basically what happened. He was beaten into a coma, essentially. Um, like he had concussed him so hard that he was just in a coma. But the fact that they say he's killed by Vulcan, it takes away from how he survived in Portable Ops. So I'm kind of worried that they're like slowly decanonizing Portable Ops. If he was killed by Vulcan, yeah. It could, like, if they remade Portable Ops, I mean, they could replace it, I guess. But would they really be able to get away with that? Because that's who Sokolov was, like, just this whole thing of him being, going under the alias of Ghost. It's kind of like, oh, we didn't know who the hell to expect. So the fact that it was Sokolov is kind of like, what the hell? But it's interesting. I mean, hopefully that's not hopefully that's not the case. Because they do canonize the main story of Portable Ops for the main series timeline. It's still in the series timeline. And it's still referenced in the other games. Now, here was something interesting about Rykov. So, knocked unconscious and stripped of his clothes down to his soft, supple skin. So, for Rykov, I don't feel like staring at Rykov in his little thong, but he canonically is not killed in this because it says right here, knocked unconscious, stripped of his clothes. He is unceremoniously shoved into a cold locker so that Snake can complete his mission. So he actually lives through this. So it makes me wonder, like, well, wait a minute. I get it. It was just supposed to be a little, just a little thing to make fun of Raiden because, when MGS2 came out, everybody hated Raiden. So putting Rykov in there for everybody to troll and beat the shit out of, because he's just a troll character for Raiden anyway. It's like, out of curiosity, could this be the guy that was Raiden's father and who Solidus ended up killing? Like, that would be funny as hell. It doesn't explain how he got out of it. No, it doesn't. Like, the way it was explained is that his body was just carried off, but Vulcan thought he killed him, but he didn't. He just beat him so bad that he just beat him unconscious to where he was in a coma, I guess. Yeah, it's just. And then when you actually see him in Portable Ops, he's got like a cane and shit, so he is crippled. Like it crippled him the way he was beaten, and his legs are still like not, they're not going to be the same because how they got shot at the knees. So he needs a cane, and he's like he looks like he got the shit beat out of him a few years prior to that. But yeah, it really didn't, because even in Peace Walker, like, he has no role. You know what I mean? He would serve no purpose to be in Peace Walker, so he's not there at all. And really nobody is. That's really when Big Boss is truly on his own. I don't know, it's like really weird. So I think I could kind of understand what it is about Portable Ops that Kojima wouldn't have found canon to his main series. I mean, he did say that it is canon to it, but it's like there's things in it that he would have preferred not, to be in it. I'm sure certain things about, Null, of Gray Fox's character, he probably wouldn't have agreed with. But the Sokolov thing, the CIA thing, even like Roy, like, yeah, it's in the story that Roy Campbell was there for Foxhound, and he was the XO during the time of Metal Gear 1, when Big Boss, the whole thing that happened after the first Metal Gear, Campbell became the actual CEO of Foxhound, and then he later retired. That's canon to it, but it's maybe in Portable Ops, it's like it could be the wrong period, could be like the wrong time period for Foxhound, maybe, because he was still MSF. You know what I mean? For Peace Walker, he was MSF in the beginning of Ground Zeroes. So I could see where there's some issues that Portable Ops would kind of go against. And instead of making the games to go with Portable Ops, he kind of like chose to just, well, forget about that one. Let's focus on the actual main game here. I guess I could see that. Johnny's the worst character. Volgin beat him like Drago did to Apollo. Holy hell. Yeah, he did. He beat the hell out of him. I mean, he beat him to death. I didn't care for the whole Sokolov is alive thing. I didn't see where that really needed to be in there. I mean, there's a lot of things that don't need to be in there, but I definitely didn't see where that needed to be in there. I think Volgin has like the biggest description out of all of them. Uses the legacy given by his father. And see, that always interests me too. So, Volgin's father, right? How did that work? So, Volgin's father managed to take the legacy. He wasn't actually one of the philosophers. He took the legacy. I think that's how it is. He's defeated in battle against Snake and meets his end after being struck by a bolt of lightning. Where's the fight there? This literal man on fire stands before Snake, his full might on display, as if it had transcended both time and circumstance. Did Volgin have the same goals as the boss? Volgin, using the legacy, he was going to establish that fortress. You could almost say that his goals were more closer to, yeah, it is definitely closer to the boss, but he was going by means of the way Big Boss ended up doing it, by having an armed fortress nation and then basically bringing everybody to their knees and just being like, you know, this is the way it's going to be, or else we're launching the nuke. You know what I mean? So he was going to do it by way of nuclear deterrence, which is what Big Boss did. Whereas the boss, I think she had a different idea. I don't think her vision was about, you know, using nukes to gain it. Yeah, that's a good point. So he basically becomes fucking Volgin. But yeah, but even his description, like in Phantom Pain, it says that, you know, like here it says that but is defeated in battle against Snake and meets his end after being struck by a bolt of lightning. So that right there kind of implies that he died. However, in Phantom Pain, it says that when Volgin was struck by the lightning, it just put him in comatose. Like, all the bullets hitting him in the head and shit, it just, when they found his body, he wasn't actually dead, he was just comatose. So, I mean, if the way it kind of applies that he's dead here still keeps kind of like bringing me back to Sokolov, like, you know, you think he's dead here in Snake Eater, but really he lived in Portable Ops, just like you think that Volgin died here in Snake Eater, but he's still alive and he came back in 5. Although I didn't really agree with that at all. I think that was kind of a waste. That whole man on fire thing, like something else should have been there, like maybe the Chico fight that we could have had, or maybe, you know, somebody else. I don't think you should have brought Volgin back to replace something that was supposed to be there. But that's just me. So many, yeah, man, it's just, it blows my mind, and especially like me, like, I love all the classics, like just everything pre MGS4 because you could keep it consistent with it. A few little things here and there, like, you know, in Metal Gear 2, it says Big Boss lost his right eye because when Outer Heaven blew up, he lost his eye in that. Well, when they made Snake Eater, now they show that he lost his eye by Ocelot shooting it. So they retcon Metal Gear 2's, you know, plot in there. And then in Metal Gear Solid, they say that, you know, Big Boss said he was his father. Well, that wasn't even a damn thing until MGS1, because in Metal Gear 2, that never happened. So it's just... And then the more you make after that, the more things get changed. Yeah, it's like the more games that came after that, the more things that just steady kept getting changed over and over and over. And Phantom Pain had changed so much. It really did for the lore. Like, too much. Like, really, I mean, even Peace Walker. Peace Walker changed Portable Ops because in Portable Ops, they established Foxhound. Well, in Peace Walker, there wasn't Foxhound. It was him on his own in MSF. So it's like, where the hell? And even in Ground Zeroes. In Ground Zeroes, I mean, yeah, you can get a Foxhound rank, but where was the Foxhound? He was still MSF in Ground Zeroes. In Phantom Pain, there was no Foxhound. It was just Diamond Dogs, which was a brainwash to, you know, that later became Outer Heaven. And it's just kind of like, okay, can you guys keep it consistent? When the hell did Foxhound get established? Because they say it got established in 70, but you're not even showing it in your games anymore. Portable Ops is the only game showing the establishment of Foxhound. It's like, what the hell? Yeah, 4 and 5 is just... No, I'm definitely still entertained. It's just... It just gets so exhausting. Like, you think you're following a storyline, and then it just keeps on going off in total different directions the whole time, and it's like, okay, guys. They just keep arguing with themselves, basically. Like, holy hell. So, alrighty, well, I'm going to get off of here. This was a wonderful Doberman run, and slowly keep going. And oh, I have to, just before I do that, I wanted to show... so like for the records and titles and whatnot, so I got all these to do. This is Foxhound, this is Fox, then we got all these. So I like that they did that, because it's like, reminds me of MGS4 where they show you how you have to unlock it, but they don't tell you what it is. So, you know, I'm going to try to like work on as many of those as I can, but they'll all be their own individual streams. So like 250 more, meals, 250 kill, 250 serious, and 250 alerts. Like these right here, from this one down to this one, will probably all be in like one massive stream. So I could do it like that. So alrighty though, well, thanks for coming, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for the conversation. It was good, and I will keep you posted on when the next one is. Take care. Peace.